Welcome back to Living Local. Today's show is focused on sharing hope and help while spreading awareness about local suicide prevention efforts. The CDC reports LGBTQ youth are 5 times more likely to have attempted suicide compared to heterosexual youth, with suicide being the second leading cause of death for 10 to 24-year-olds. Today we're talking with Tyler Mitchell about what local support and services are available for those who are struggling in this segment, sponsored by the Project of the Quad Cities. Tyler, thank you so much for coming in again today and talking to us.
Hi, happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. So when we're talking about LGBTQ youth specifically, they're at a greater risk for mental health issues. What are some other factors to consider besides just young people?
Yeah, for sure. So the LGBTQ community and in general really needs specialized mental health care services when they feel the need to access them, right? As LGBTQ people, we often experience, additional isolation. It's a small community, and sometimes too, depending upon what sort of experiences we've gone through, we might be somewhat isolated from those that we formerly called friends and family, right? Maybe they're not accepting of who we are as our authentic selves. So there's a little bit of isolation that goes along with that, and then frankly across the board LGBTQ people experience what we call health inequities. Often enough they experience those, which makes that mental health experience even tougher. Are
there other barriers too besides just isolation and some of these inequities you mentioned?
Yeah.
Access to care? Access
to care is definitely a barrier that we talk about. So when you're an LGBTQ person, choosing to get health care at all, whether it's mental health care or physical health care, can be really daunting because you're going in and trusting a provider to take care of you. And often enough, you have to disclose who you are in order to get the most effective health care. And that can put you in a situation where you might possibly be discriminated against, for example. So there's a lot resting on that person's shoulder.
Okay, so why is it so important? We're kind of leading into this.
Yeah,
we've already kind of talked about, but to have resources specifically for LGBTQ people.
Exactly. So really a lot of what we just discussed, right? Because it can be often a traumatic experience receiving health care. And so having services available for the community that are built for them, established for them, and focused on them really makes the most sense. And it helps to reduce harm to a population that frankly has already experienced it within the healthcare field quite often.
Now this is something that you guys at the project focus on a lot. Tell me about the mental health services that you guys offer.
Absolutely. So we have 2 really amazing mental health clinicians on staff that are working with primarily LGBTQ individuals right here in our community. One of them is actually certified through the International Transgender Certification Association, which means that she can provide very focused mental health care services to people who identify as trans, non-binary, or gender non-conforming. And that's a huge deal for us to have right here in our community. And the best part is, too, is that these services for LGBTQ people are provided at no cost.
Awesome. Now, let's talk about people outside the LGBT community. What can allies do to help support their LGBTQ friends who are seeking, who might need some sort of help?
For sure, yeah, especially with, youth, as we kind of mentioned at the top here. LGBTQ youth are 3 times more likely to contemplate suicide than their heterosexual peers. It's according to the Trevor Project. So, having someone, whether it's a family member or a friend who's just on your side and accepts you for who you are and is willing to advocate for you and also believe you, I think that's important whether you're an LGBTQ youth or an LGBTQ adult, and I think it probably means a lot too for people who are experiencing a mental health crisis anywhere.
Right, yeah, you never want to just be a bystander.
No,
in
for
these
sure.
Types of situations. Tyler, where can more people learn about the project and its services?
Absolutely. So folks can definitely log on to our website. That's www.tpqc.org. We have all the information there about the mental health care services. And if they have any questions, they can give us a call as well, 309-762-5433. We'd be happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Tyler Mitchell with the Project of the Quad Cities. Thank you so much for coming in today, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Now, for more information, like Tyler just mentioned, tpqc.org is the website to go to. We'll also have those details posted on our website, too, at ourquadcities.com.